So we are going to deploy two different missions into two different subnets, and then private subnet doesn't have internet. We are going to allow internet into public subnet with the help of NAT gateway. Got it, guys? Sri Kavya, good morning. We'll launch instance into our own VPC. So navigate to VPC. So we need to navigate to VPC. Already we have on VPC, right? See guys, yesterday we did how to create the VPCs and those all stuff yesterday we discussed. See guys. So two VPCs will have this. If you go to your VPC, one is default VPC, another one is our customized VPC. My VPC is our customized VPC. Now we are trying to launching the instance into our customized VPC. Got it, guys? So how to launch the instance into customized VPC, we'll discuss. Guys, directly you'll have the option from VPC itself only. You go to VPC dashboard. Here you'll have VPC dashboard, right? So here we'll have launch instance. If you click this one, automatically it is going to redirect to the request to the EC2 dashboard. See guys. Right? Now we are trying to launching instance. So instance name, my VPC server. Okay. My VPC server. Which instance you need? Linux or Windows? Which one you require? Yes, guys, according to your requirement, I'm going to launch. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'm going to launch Windows, right? Okay. It's a very easy so that you are asking Windows. Right? Okay. We'll launch Windows organization. Guys, please try to learn Linux because in real time, no one they are bothering about Windows. In real-time environment, maximum will have Linux servers only. And 2019 base server I'm using. Maximum 70% people are using Linux servers only, right? So better to learn Linux. Okay. Let's see, guys. Here T2 micro. Then I'm using same key pair. No need to create any key pair. Okay. When OS key. Guys, now you need to focus. Where we need to create the instance, usually we'll have default VPC here. So we need to edit network settings now. You need to edit network settings now. So edit, you need to click. Let's see, guys, here. VPC. Which one? My VPC. We are trying to launching this instance into our VPC, our customized VPC. Right? We have one subnet. Only one subnet we'll have in that instance. So we need to select the subnet. Guys, so you need to allow auto assign public IP address. You need to enable this one. Without enabling this one, you are unable to get the public IP address. So if you doesn't have the public IP address, you are unable to access the instance. Okay. With the help of public IP address only, we are going to access the instance, right? So without public IP address, we are unable to access the instance remotely, right? From North Virginia to into our laptop. Got it, guys? Let's see here. Security group. You can create your own security group. Okay. If you want, you can go with default security group, or otherwise you can provide one name. For example, my SG, my security group, firewall name. and description also, and try to providing MySQL, right? Okay. So now go a little bit down. By default, we'll have RDP. So RDP is enough at present. RDP protocol, we are trying to load. So 30 GB space and then try to launch the instance. You got it? So like this, you can launch the instance into your own VPC. So we launch this instance where into our customer VPC. Got it, guys? So it will take some time to create instance, means to launch instance. So minimum 2 minutes to maximum 4 minutes it will take, because this is Windows operating system. It will take some time, right? Okay, so we'll do one thing. We'll do another lab now. So some different lab in VPCs itself only. Okay. So let's see, guys. Yeah, I hope you're clear as of now. I will teach you. Don't worry, son. Anyway, we need to launch one more instance into different VPC. Please wait. Okay. So let's see, guys. Here today, what we are doing is we are going to launch one VPC. In that VPC, we are going to deploy two different subnets. So one subnet is a public subnet, another subnet is a private subnet. Okay. So first of all, what is public subnet? What is private subnet? Try to understand. Okay. So what is public subnet and what is private subnet? Right, guys. So usually public and private subnets will have. Okay. So public and private subnets will have. So public subnet having internet access, private subnet doesn't have the internet access. Got it, guys? So let's see here. How many types of subnets we'll have? Yesterday we discussed, right? Yesterday we discussed about subnets, right? How many types of subnets we'll have? Three types of subnets we'll have: public subnet, private subnet, and VPN only subnet. So here I'm not going to cover VPN only subnet. So we are going to discuss VPN only subnet into AWS full course, right? Coming to public subnet. So what is public subnet? Simple, man. The subnet traffic is routed to public internet through an internet gateway or so. I hope you got it. And your only internet gateway. Egress only internet gateway. Right? Got it, guys. So internet gateway. Excuse me. Excuse me, guys. Right. So let's see, guys, here. Private subnet. Private subnet, it cannot reach the public internet. So internet gateway. So we should not provide the internet gateway route to the. So we are going to use NAT device to allow the internet access. Simple. I'll make you diagrams. According to that, you're going to understand exactly what we are doing. What is the difference between public and private? So let's see, guys, here. So first of all, what we need to do, we need to log in into our AWS account. We need to log in into our AWS account. That is our AWS account, right? AWS account. Okay. So with whom? With root user, we are trying to log in. Then what we are doing is we are trying to create one subnet. Sorry, VPC, not subnet. So we need to create one VPC. So this is our VPC. For example, so my VPC 1 or 2, whatever we want to get to. Then while you're trying to creating the VPC, we need to define the CIDR. We need to define the CIDR. So 192.168. Or otherwise 10 also you can use, not a problem. So 10.0.0.0 slash 16 is the CIDR. Got it, guys? Next. Inside this VPC, second step, what we need to do? We need to create subnet, right? So we are trying to creating two different subnets. This is public subnet, right? And this is private subnet. Okay. Why we need to create the private subnet? Usually we are going to protect our databases, right? So we should not allow our databases directly into network or to public network. So that we need to create private subnets, private and public. Got it, guys? Two different subnets. One is public subnet, another one is private. So CIDR. So always we are going to create those subnets and availabilities on CIDR. 10.0.0. Okay, 10.0.1.0 slash 24. And for this 10. 0.2.0 slash 24. Two different subnets, two different networks. I hope you're clear, guys, as of now. Already you know that how to create, right? So we need to log in into our account and then we need to create one VPC, and inside this VPC, two different subnets we need to create. Got it, guys? So now this public subnet should have the internet access. So we are trying to creating one routing table for public. Got it, guys? We are trying to creating one routing table for public. For example, route table one. Okay, my RT1. My RT1. So this is okay. We'll do one thing. I'll simplify. Pub route table. Okay, pub route table. Okay. I hope you got it, guys. So clear. Pub route table. Right. So in this public routing table, okay, what we are doing in a sense, we are trying to adding entries. Second step, what we need to do before creating the routing table, we need to create IGW, right? Third step, right? First step, create VPC. Second step, subnet. Third step, IGW. That's it, guys. Yesterday we discussed about IGW. IGW means Internet Gateway. Internet Gateway. So this is IGW. This IGW, we are trying to attaching to this VPC. Now we'll have subnet and IGW both. We are trying to adding those both the entries into public routing. So we need to add the IGW entries and we need to associate with subnet. This entry and this subnet entry. So we need to add. Got it, guys? Into public routing table. Inside the public routing table, so we are trying to associating with public subnet, right? And then we need to add IGW entries, Internet Gateway entries with 0.0.0, right? 0.0.0. What is 0.0.0.0? Right, 0, guys? Huh? Yes, this is the default router's IP address I said, right, yesterday. So this routing table, it will allow the traffic, internet traffic into this public subnet. Means if you launch the instance into public subnet, if you launch the instance into public subnet, we can access this instance remotely with the help of internet. Already how we need to access the instance yesterday, I have given the information, guys, how the request and response it will happen. Right? Yes, no. Right? This is EC2 instance. So we can access this EC2 instance remotely into our laptop with the help of this routing table, because this routing table, it is sending the request to the public subnet. Now we are trying to creating one more routing table. We are trying to creating one more routing table. Got it, guys? So if you get the good experience, no need to create this routing table. So at present, we are into very initial stage, so that I'm trying to creating one more routing table. This is private routing table. So in private routing table, you should not allow the IGW. We need to allow only private subnet. That's it. Now this routing table, just it's associating with whom? Private subnet. Got it, guys? This routing table, it's associating with whom, guys? With private subnet. Okay. Now we are not adding the IGW entries. Means this is private routing. So IGW we are not allowing into the private. So while you are trying to sending the request to the IGW, the request IGW will carry forward into the public routing table. Public routing table, it will carry forward the request to the public subnet. Inside the public subnet, you'll have those resources, EC2 instances we are going to access remotely. So while you're trying to sending the request to the private subnet, it is not going to carry forward the request because it doesn't have the IGW entries into private routing table. I hope you got it, guys. Means private subnet doesn't have internet connection. IGW means internet gateway, right? So internet gateway, what it is going to do, it will allow the internet to our subnet. So here we are not allowing this IGW into the private subnet, so that you are unable to send the request to the private subnet. You are unable to access this private subnet resources into publicly. See, we are trying to launching one more instance here. This instance you are unable to access. This instance you are unable to access. Got it, guys? I hope you're clear. Yes, no? You are unable to access, right? Guys, remember, by default, public and private subnets having communication. Those both the subnet having the communication. Got it, guys? Means you can communicate with this instance to this instance, this mission to this mission. So we have the communication. So how we need to access this instance? Let's see. So this is our client mission. This is our client mission. Got it, guys? Yes, no? Kiran, Hassan. So this is our client mission. We are trying to sending the request with the help of internet, right? That's it now. We are trying to sending the request using internet connection, right? So this is internet connection, right? Excuse me, guys. I don't know when that cough it is going to cure. Right, we are trying to sending the request to through internet to the IGW, internet gateway. This internet gateway, it will carry forward the request to the routing table. Routing table, it will carry forward the request to the public subnet. So public subnet, we have few instances. We can send the request to this instance. We are going to get the access remotely here. Okay. So now, how we need to access this private subnet instance? So we are trying to accessing this instance remotely into this mission. With the help of this instance, we are going to access this mission remotely. Remote inside the remote mission, one more remote mission. Got it, guys? This EC2 instance is a remote mission into client. So with the help of this EC2 instance, we are trying to accessing private subnet instance. I hope you got it, guys. Clear? So because private subnet doesn't have the public IP address. This EC2 instance, it having public IP address as well as private IP address. This EC2 instance. Public IP address also will have. Okay. And then as well as private IP address also will have. But this instance having only what? What, guys? What kind of IP address this instance is having? Yes, guys? What kind of IP address this instance is having? It having only one IP address. What kind of IP address that is? Private IP address. Super. Not public, man, Kiran. Private. Super. Maria and Hassan and one more guy is given the right answer. Very good. Private IP address. So first who given the answer? Hassan only, right? No. Tanvir. Tanvir. Very good, Tanvir. Got it. So public we doesn't have. We have only private IP address. I hope you got the picture now, right? Exactly what we are doing. Okay. So if you are understanding this concept, that's enough, guys. So we doesn't have public IP address. We have only private. With the help of private IP address, directly you are unable to access this instance remotely into your client mission. Remotely into your client mission. So we need to access first this mission, and with the help of this mission, we are going to access this mission. Because by default, within a VPC, all the subnet by default having communication. So you can communicate with this private subnet to public subnet to private subnet. But you are unable to access the private subnet instances remotely into our client mission. So that what we are doing, first we need to access this instance. With the help of this instance, we are going to access this. Got it, guys? This is the concept we are trying to deploy now. If you want, you can make a notes. Okay. So you are unable to access this one. Okay. Got it, guys? So let's get started. So now I'm trying to creating one VPC. Guys, already you know now how we need to access this instance. It's not a big deal, right? So let's try to access this instance before we launch into VPC, my VPC, right? Our customized VPC, right? So download this remote desktop file, then get password, then upload WinOS key, then OS key, then click open and then decrypt it, right? And copy this password and go to downloads and then open that download folder, download the RDP. Okay. When you downloaded the RDP file, you need to open that file. Click connect. Excuse me, guys. You need to paste the password and then click OK. So like this, you can launch your instance into your own VPC like this. I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no, right? I'm coming, Virat. Virat, abhi nahi padhaya main. So I'm going to teach now, okay? How we need to access private instance, right? So we are unable to access private instance directly. That is what I explained you in this diagram first. So this instance we are unable to access directly. So through internet, we need to access this instance. With the help of this instance, we are going to access this instance. Now I'm going to use Linux machines. Okay, got it, guys? So this is a way you can create your VPC and launch the instance into your VPC. How many instances we can launch, guys? How many instances maximum? In AWS account, 20. Very good answer. Right. Okay, guys, I'll do one thing. How to delete the VPC also I will show you now. So please make a note. Close this instance first and go to your management console. Go to EC2. Guys, first of all, you need to delete the instances from VPC. Before deleting the VPC, first you need to delete the instances. What will have the resources into that VPC, you need to delete those all the resources, right? So now I'm trying to terminating this instance. Guys, how to delete the VPC, please make a note. So first what we need to do, reverse process, guys, that's it. First delete the instance and then delete the VPC. So we need to wait few minutes. It will take some time to terminate. Okay. So it got terminated. Navigate to VPC. Navigate to VPC. Here in search, you can type VPC and then click VPC. Okay. And then try to delete the VPC. Excuse me, guys. So your VPCs, then select this VPC. Guys, don't delete default VPC. Okay. If you want, you can delete also, you can create. It's not a problem. It's not a big deal. But better to avoid that. Okay. So delete VPC. Hey, once if you delete the VPC, it doesn't have how you're going to access. Kiran. So if you're having the person, you are going to communicate with them. If you doesn't have the person to whom you are going to communicate, like the same way, right? Right. Okay. So now, according to new lab today, according to this diagram, I'm going to deploy everything. First step, what we need to do, Kiran? क्या करना चाहिए? What we should do? We need to create VPC, right? You can give any name, your wish. My VPC2. Any name you can use, guys. It's not like this. Cider 10.0.0.0 slash how much? 16, right? And then go a little bit down and then create VPC. That's it. First step completed. Second step, subnets, right? Double click on top of the subnets, right? and then so create subnet, and then here we'll have VPC2. Select this VPC2 subnet, and then we need to create one subnet. For example, public subnet. So, right, public subnet. If you want, you can select the zone also, guys. So here we'll have few availability zones here. I'll do one thing. I'm going to select 1A availability zone. It's optional. If you want, you can select. So we are trying to launching this subnet into US East 1A availabilities. CIDR 10.0.1.0 can do, because you should have the clarity, right? So you should understand one for public, two for private length. So that 1, 2 like this you can. Okay. Now, guys, both the subnet we can create at a time. Here we'll have one more option, add new subnet. So this is private subnet, right? And using some different availability zone, 1B and C. Okay. CIDR. What kind of CIDR we need to provide here? 10.0.2.0/24. Got it, guys? Create subnet. That's it. Both the subnets at a time it is going to create. See, guys, two subnets, private subnet, public subnet. Second step, third step. What we need to do? Start step. Right. Very good, Maria. Kumari. Right. So we need to double click on top of the internet gateway, right? And create internet gateway, right? And then we need to provide the IGW, my IGW like this you can give, okay? Any name you can give, your wish, okay? Your wish, IGW. 2, IGW 2, 1, like this you can use. No problem. Next, what we need to do? What we need to do next step? We need to attach the IGW to the routing table, VPC, right? So we need to attach this IGW to whom? VPC. Then attach internet gateway. Clear? Then go to route table, and then we need to create two different route tables. Guys, while you are trying to creating the VPC, along with the VPC, one default routing table also it will create. If you want to utilize this default routing table also, so maybe you are into very initial stage now, so that maybe you're going to get confused. So that I'm trying to creating two different routing table manually, right? If you want, you can utilize this default routing table also. It's not a problem. Okay. So create route table, then pub T, and where? In VPC2, my VPC2. Then create route table. So now what we need to do into this public routing table, guys? What we need to do into this public routing table? Yes, guys. What kind of like entries we need to edit? Route entries we need to edit, right? So we need to edit route entries. Edit routes. And then add route. Then 0.0.0.0/0. And we need to use internet gateway. And here we're going to get the internet gateway. Then save changes. Next one. Next. Subnet associate. Subnet associate. Edit subnet associate. Then which one we need to select, guys? Which subnet we need to select? Here. Private subnet or public? Very good. Super, Hassan. Right? So we need to select public. Very good, Maria. Okay. So public subnet we need to select. Very super, guys. Right. Next, save. Don't select private. Okay. We need to select only public. So routing table it got created. So next, one more routing table we are trying to creating for private. So how to create? Create route table. Then route table name, private RT. So where we need to create? Inside the VPC2, right? And then go a little bit down, create route table. That's it. The route table it got created. Then what kind of entries we need to do into this route table? We should not add the IGW into the routes. Remember, if you're adding IGW into route, roots, what will happen? You're going to get the internet. We should not allow the internet, so that you should do only subnet association. You need to do only subnet association. Edit subnet association. Which subnet we need to select, guys? Yeah. Very good. Super. Maria Kumar, right? So subnet association. Got it. That's it. So according to our requirement, we deploy the infrastructure into our VPC. Okay. Now we'll verify. So now we are going to launch one instance into public subnet, one more instance into private subnet. Got it, guys? One instance into public subnet, one more instance into private subnet. I am trying to launching Linux instance. Let's see. So our infrastructure is ready, guys, ready to use. As usually, why we need to create a private subnets in the sense? Because of databases. Usually we need to keep the databases secretly, right? Securely, right? So that most of the people that are going to deploy the databases into private subnets. Sorry, public subnets. Private only, okay, not public. Okay? So we are going to deploy the databases into private subnet. So that we need to create the private subnet. We should not allow our data so directly through internet, right? So for protection purpose, we are trying to using private subnet. Got it? Exactly why we need to use the private subnet. Right. So let's see, guys, here. Go to EC2. How to launch the instance, guys? How to launch the instance? Now we are trying to launching an instance into our private public subnet. Okay. So how to launch the instance? So we are trying to providing instance name. For example, this is jump server, you can say. Most of the people, they are going to say jump server terminology. Jump server or public server, whatever if you want to guess, right? Go a little bit down and try to using Amazon Linux 2. If you want to can use 2023 also, no issues. It's not a problem. Okay. So I'm using Amazon Linux 2. I'm using Amazon Linux 2, right? And T2 Micro keypad, LV key I'm using. Keypad. Now, before one guy, he asked to me, I think, so sir, how to edit the network settings, right? Who's that guy? So let's see here. Here you'll have network settings, right? Then edit. Here we'll have edit option. Edit this one. Now we need to launch the instance where into VPC2. My VPC2. You need to select. In which subnet we need to launch this instance? Two subnets will have CNO. Public subnet will have as well as private subnet will have. Where we need to launch this instance? Where we need to launch this instance, guys? Into public subnet, right? Into public subnet itself only, no? Right. And here we need to allow the public IP address, right? It's a mandatory here. Without public IP address, you are unable to access this instance. Remember, auto assign public IP address you need to enable, right? So this is our security group in Firewall, and I'm trying to providing the security group name called Linux Security Group SG. Okay, in description also you can use same only, it's not a problem, right? So it having SSH. It having SSH. So without SSH, we are unable to access the Linux machine. Already we know that SSH is a protocol. Then go a little bit down and then launch it. So now instance it got launched. So go to view all instances, and we need to wait few minutes until to get 2x2 check pass, right? Until you get 2x2 check pass. So it's still pending. Okay, now we'll do one thing without wasting the time. So we are trying to launching one more instance into private subnet. Got it, guys? We are trying to launching one more subnet, sorry, one more instance into private subnet. How to launch the instance, guys? You need to give the answer step by step. First step, what we need to do now? I'm trying to launching one more instance, right? Into private subnet. How to launch the instance into private subnet, guys? Maria Kumari, Hassan, Amit. Yes, guys. How we need to launch? We should click launch instance. Very good. Okay. We need to click launch instance. So here we need to provide the server name. Private server. Private server. Next, we should select the AMI, Amazon Mission Image. Select free tier, and I'm using same Amazon Mission Image, Linux 2. Amazon Linux 2. So T2 micro recommended, free tier eligibility. Then go to key pair and select same key pair also, it's not a problem, guys. LB key pair. Okay. Next. Next, what we need to do now? In network settings. Very good, Maria Kumari. So network settings, edit network settings. And then which one we need to select? Which VPC? VPC2. Very good. Next, where we need to launch this instance? Into private subnet. Super. Super, guys, right? So into, excuse me, private subnet. Guys, this subnet doesn't need public IP address. Disable. Super. Very good. Right? So this instance doesn't need public IP address. Then if you want, you can create the security group, or otherwise you can use existing security group also. So we have an existing security group called Linux SG. I'm trying to using same security group, both having SSH, right? And then launch instance. Launch instance. Simple. Then go a little bit down and view all instances. And here we'll have two different instances now. Guys, don't bother about this one. It got terminated. Okay. My VPC server. We'll have two instances here. One is jump server, another one is private server. So we need to wait a few minutes. Will take some time. So I hope you're clear, guys, how to create the VPCs with public and private subnet, right? How we need to launch the instances into those both the subnets. Clear? I hope like it's very simple. I think it's not that much of tough compared to Java, right? Yes, no. Java is a very tough. It's very easy. The administrative task is a very easy. You people easily you are going to understand. And you are all intelligent people, right? Huh? Yeah? Yes, no. You're all programmers, man. You should do, see, whatever it may be. If you are trying to learning few courses, you should do the practice. Otherwise, it's a bit difficult to understand. So while you are trying to attending the session, maybe you are going to, when this topic is going to complete. This topic, VPC topic, no. So it will take 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to finish. Topic or course? Virat. Topic I'm going to finish. Course. Course already I said yesterday. When guys, when we are going to complete next week, right? 7th, right? Okay. Sir, you said only 5 VPCs we can create in our account by deleting existing VPC. Can we create again? See, maximum 5 VPCs, right? If you're having 5 VPCs, then you are unable to create another VPC. Maybe if you try to deleting one VPC, you'll have 4 only. Now again, you can create one more VPC. What I said, maximum possibility is 5, right? Below 5, we can create. More than 5, you are unable to create. If you need to create more than 5, you should have the business account and then we should go to the service quota. There we need to request. Already you know about service quota, right? Service quota. Don't know? You don't know, guys? Service quota. In service quota, we can 8th February we have devs at ops. Then we no issues. I am going to wind up the session 7. Okay, no issues. Rajesh. So Kiran, it's not like this, but the initial days you are going to feel like that only. Don't worry. Okay, so you are going to understand very easily. Okay. So guys, both the servers are ready now. So private server, jump server. Guys, let's see here. Please focus on it. If you select the jump server, you have both the IP address, private IP address and as well as public IP address. We provide this network into our VPC, that is private IP address. And this is public to access this jump server remotely into our machine. Got it? Right. So go to private. See guys, there is no public IP address. Without public IP address, can we access? It's possible? It's not possible. So that what we are doing, first we are trying to accessing jump server according to this diagram. Now I'm trying to accessing this jump server into my laptop with the help of Putty. How we need to access EC2 instance using Putty? Putty, we need to open. Guys, already we have PEM file, right? Already we have PEM file, no need to bother. This which version Putty man it is? It's old version or new version? It's old version. New version Putty I need. Go to download programs. Where is Putty man? The generator I have. To uninstall that old Putty. Okay, this is new Putty. So how we need to access? First, we need to copy the public IP address of our jump server. Copy this one and then go to Putty and paste it here. Then go to SSH. Windows 11 support Putty will doesn't need directly you can access with the help of SSH. Rajesh, it's not a problem if you want to use Putty. Putty, why we are using it? Because easily you can copy the content from anywhere to anywhere. So if you're having the CMD, you're going to feel some difficulty. So that I'm using Putty. Okay. Let's see, guys. Which key? LB key, right? LB key dot PPK. Open and click open. Right? Then accept. Otherwise, no need to bother about Putty and CMD also. Directly, we can access this EC2 instance, Linux EC2 instance into web console. I'll show you. Give me one minute. Okay. EC2 user. Yes. So we connect successfully. Change setting. Appearance and change. Keep it 19 size. Exactly 19. Got it, guys? Like this, we access. Can we access private instance, guys? It's possible directly. There is no public IP address. How you are going to access? There is no public IP address. So that this private server, we are trying to accessing from public server with the help of public server. I hope you got it. So using this mission, we are trying to accessing. So focus on it. This is the IP address for this mission. 10.0.1.72, right? Then how we need to access? Yes, guys, how to access Linux remote mission already we discussed, right? While we were discussing about EC2 instances at the time. As public and private subnet communicate, by default, that is what I'm saying. See, clearly I mentioned here in this diagram, this arrow. This arrow means those both having communication. By default, public and private subnet is having the communication. No need to bother. So if you are trying to creating one more subnet also, it can communicate. It's not a problem. Within a VPC, we can communicate. It's not a problem. Apart from VPC, we doesn't have communication. We need to enable peering concepts and those all stuff. So I'm going to teach those peering concepts and those all into AWS full course, right? I hope you got it, guys. Clear? Yes, no, Hassan. Right. So then how to access the private server into this mission? First of all, we need to go to login console, select private and click connect. Click connect, right? Go to SSH client. You need to create this file, lbkey.com. So how to create? VIM lbkey.com. Then open this file. This is an empty file. I means insert mode. If you want, you can use gedit also, guys. Gedit also. Maybe you don't know about the VIM editors, right? So if you want, you can use gedit also. It's not a problem, right? Now we require lbkey. I have downloaded lbkey, right? Into downloads itself. Okay. So go to get the lbkey content. So we'll have lbkey, right? This is lbkey.pem, right? Then open this key, select all and Control C and then paste it here. Right? Save and quit. Right? Second step. Second step, what we need to do? Second step, guys, we need to provide the permissions, right? Step 1, step 2, step 3, clearly you have C. That's a set, right? This is the command we need to execute here. Right? Step 4, this is the command we need to execute to access our remote machine. Yes, we need to provide. Yes, guys, IP address it got changed the 10.0.2.219. Got it? Clear? With the help of this jump server, we access private server. So those steps you need to follow. All the steps you have into your SSH client. Clear, guys? I hope you got it. How to access the private instance into public instance. Because private instance doesn't have the public IP address, so that we are unable to access the private instance directly into our client mission, so that we are going to use jump server, that is a public server. With the help of public server, we are going to access the private server. Once more, what once more, Virat? What once more? How to connect? How to connect only, no? See, I'm going to exit. Exit is a command. We are back to our jump server. See, focus on it here. 10.0.1.76. This is our public server. So what we need to do? First, we need to create one file. Use gedit. That is best. Okay. Gedit. I think it won't work here. Okay. Sorry. It won't work gedit here because the CLI, right? It won't work. VIM editor only you need to use. VIM and then lbkey you need to create. Then you need to copy the content from lbkey, what you have downloaded into download folder. Open that file and then copy the content and paste it here. Then save and quit. Save and quit. That's it. Okay. Right. So, okay. Next, what we need to do? We need to provide the permissions. This is the permissions we need to provide. Right. And then what we need to do? This is the command we need to execute. So you'll have everything. If you're executing this command, you are going to connect with private server. You'll have everything into your AWS console itself only. Okay, guys, clear? Let's see here how to access our public instance without putty, without operating system. Select this one. jump server, click connect, right? Then EC2 instance connect session manager serial console will have, right? So go to EC2 instance, right? Connect, then click connect. If you click connect, automatically the server it is going to open into new tab. What happened? See, like this, it is going to open into new tab. So you are going to get prompt and we can work with the server. No need putty, no need any operating system commands and those also. I hope you got it right. How to connect. So simple man, select this one, right? Go to connect, right? And then EC2 instance connect. Then click connect. That's it. Click connect and then automatically it is going to connect. It is going to open one new tab automatically. In that new tab, you are going to get your jump server. So clear guys, I hope you got it without putty, without operating system, you can. Without operating system means without Windows operating system, you can access like this with the help of web console. Got it? Yes, no? Right. So next. So clear as of now, according to this diagram, as of now, we did everything, right? The diagram. So according to the diagram, so we did everything. Guys, how to check the internet connection? How to check internet connection? See, this is private server, right? Private server really having the internet connection, right? Yes, private server doesn't have internet connection. Okay. Without internet connection, without internet, how you are going to access your data? Tell me. It's not possible, right? We are not allowing internet directly. We are allowing internet indirectly now. So how to check the internet connection? Ping is the command 8.8.8.8. Ping 8.8.8.8. And if you hit enter, if you're getting the reply from 8.8.8, means you have the internet. Otherwise, there is no internet connection. This is private subnet. So private subnet doesn't have the internet access, so that we are unable to get the reply. Control C to kill, guys. Control C to kill. We are back to terminal, right? Exit is a command. We are back to jump server, public server. Now let's try to ping that 8.8.8.8. Then hit enter. See, guys, we have the internet into public server, but it doesn't have the internet connection into private server. Now we need to allow the internet connection into private server. How to allow the internet connection into private server? With the help of NAT, N-A-T, network NA address translator. So let's see here, network address translator. So now we are going to deploy one NAT gateway, right, into public subnet. You guys. This is internet gateway and this is NAT gateway. Okay, this is NAT gateway. Guys, I hope you're clear, right? I hope you got it right. Exactly what we are doing. We are allowing internet into public, private subnet, not public, private. Very good, super. This is NAT gateway. Okay. This NAT gateway always we need to deploy into where public subnet. Then those NAT gateways entries, where we need to add now? We need to add those NAT gateways entries into private routing table. NAT entries. Like this you can add. 0.0.0. And we need to provide this NAT gateway entries. 0.0.0 only, right? Let's see here. Give me 1 minute. Next, I will share those required slides. Don't worry. Give me some time. Wait a minute so that I can sharing tomorrow. Oh, NAT. Gateway. See, simple. This is AWS. This is VPC. In this VPC, we'll have two different subnets. So this is public subnet. This is private subnet. We are trying to deploying the NAT gateway into public subnet, and those NAT gateways entries we are trying to entering into private subnet, private routing table. So this is our routing table that already we know, and this is private routing table. I hope you got it right. Yes, no. Those NAT entries we need to enter into private routing table. Then this routing table, it will provide the internet to this instance. Clear? Yes, no. So how to deploy the NAT gateway? So let's start. Go to VPCs. Your VPC. Right? This is a VPC we'll have. Guys, go a little bit down, and here you'll have an option called NAT gateway. There is no NAT gateway. Create NAT gateway. Create NAT gateway. NAT gateway name. My NAT gateway. Then where we need to create this NAT gateway, guys? Yes. Where we need to create this NAT gateway? Into public subnet or private subnet? Into public, not private. See, clearly I have deployed this NAT gateway into public, right? So we need to select public subnet. Where is public subnet? Go a little bit down here, we'll have public subnet. Select this one. We need to allow connectivity type public only. Don't use private. Public only. Guys, we need to assign elastic IP address. Be careful here. If you are allowing elastic IP address, if you are not deleting, you are going to get charged. This is static IP address. Amazon, they are going to charge for elastic IP address. How many elastic IP addresses we can assign for per account? How many elastic IP addresses? 5 elastic IP addresses only. Okay. Allow elastic IP address. Automatically, you are going to get one elastic IP address here. This is elastic IP address, right? Simple. Allow elastic IP address. Don't forget to delete this one. If you forgot to delete this one, you are going to get charged. So create NAT gateway. That's it. NAT gateway, it got created. So status is pending. We need to wait few minutes. Status is pending. Now we are trying to allowing internet indirectly with the help of NAT gateway inside the private subnet. Simple. I hope you got it, guys. Yes, no? It will take some time, guys. It is pending. Okay, no issues. Go to route table. Go to route table. Which route table? Private one. Then go to routes and edit route. Then add route. Then 0.0.0. Then which one? Internet gateway or NAT gateway? NAT gateway. Very good. Then here we got a NAT gateway ID. Then save change. Yes. That's it. So here we'll have both the entries. Clear? Got it? Yes, no. Go to instance and try to access private instance. Try to ping with 8.8.8.8. Hit enter. See, we have the internet connection into our private instance. Clear? I hope you got it. How to deploy the NAT gateway? It's a very easy to deploy. It's not a big deal. Go to VPCs. So directly you need to go to the NAT gateway here. Then NAT gateway got deployed. So create NAT gateway. Guys, how to delete the NAT gateway? See, because it's chargeable, I'm trying to delete it immediately. So go to action, delete NAT gateway. Okay. Delete NAT gateway. Here you need to provide delete. Here you need to provide delete. So delete. So NAT gateway, it's deleting. It will take some time. Pura time later, right? Until you delete the NAT gateway, you are unable to release the public IP address. Means elastic IP address. Elastic IP addresses are tangible. Remember, लगा के छोड़ो मत. लगा के छोड़ दिया, so you are going to get the like huge bill. Your account you are going to lose if you didn't make the payment. It's still deleting. We need to wait few minutes. How to delete NAT gateway? How to delete Elastic IP address? Let's see. Go to Elastic IP addresses. Elastic IP address. And see guys, one Elastic IP address will have. Go to action. Then release this one. Release one. Release this one. First of all, you need to release. What release? अभी Elastic IP address नहीं यहाँ पे. So we don't have any Elastic IP addresses here. Let's see. So now you're safe. And NAT gateway also it got deleted. NAT gateway also it got deleted. Guys, this one, okay. And those all I will cover into site-to-site VPN and those all stuff I'm going to cover into AWS full course. Transist gateway, okay. Right. So finish. That's it, guys. So we delete the NAT gateway, and there is no NAT gateway now. There is no NAT gateway. And still it's deleting like this. It got deleted. It's deleted. That's it, right? Next, what we need to do? How to delete the entire infrastructure? Go to here, and first of all, you need to delete the EC2 instances. So how to delete? Both the instance you need to select. A minute. So it got deleted. Yes, VPC Connect is free to use or it's chargeable. So it's chargeable, but it is going to charge for only Elastic IP addresses. You can create your VPC, but they're going to have very low price. Okay, so I'll show you from where we need to get the charges and all. Okay, 1 minute, give me 1 minute. VPN are chargeable. VPNs are chargeable. You are asking about VPN, sorry, not like VPC. VPNs we need to. It's chargeable. Right, so everything it got deleted. Then we need to delete VPC. Go to VPC, then go to your VPCs, then select VPC, action, delete VPC. So you are going to delete everything. Routing table, IGW, those all everything will delete. Okay. So PE, value, TE, everything. Yes, everything it got completed. So tomorrow we are going to start new concept. What is the use of VPN? Virtual private network, man. Okay. So that is a very long story. I'm unable to say like one more answer. Okay. It's a secure private network through public. That is the answer. Private network to public network. That's it na, Hassan.